Hello everybody, this is Ansu, and I just typed this little card, or I thought that I was typing it as I progress. So what I'll do is I'll type what I have at present, and I'll just add in a little extra. I caught the beginning of the stenciling part, so I'll just show you. I'm still designing, so I'm still deciding where everything goes, and I'll just show you all my elements and I'll show you what I've done. So I just started out stenciling a little bit with a pink that I had. Actually, this was just a little stencil from Celebrate, I think. Just some splotches, splatter they call it. And I used my blending brush, what the product that was still left on it. I wanted to see if I can use it. So these cards can really be I would say an element that you can use all of your stash on, and leftover product and things that you don't know what to do with, and I don't feel like I'm afraid to use it here. So leftover product on here for the light pink splotches there, just to create some texture. And I have this new stencil. Let me just see if I can find it. I'm not sure who the company is that it's from. I have a little bin here on my desk. I'm just flipping through it. Oh, here it is. Still with the washi tape on it that I use. So what I do is I add the washi tape to the left so that I can flip it over and it's in place and I can move my card around. You can also do the same with your card, but I would suggest on the other end, if you want to lift it up, you can do that. But I would suggest just using it like this. And I used some Distress ink by Tim Holtz, green color, and then I used a pink from Artistry ink that I received a couple of years ago at an event, and I have never actually refilled it or anything, and it's still good. I think it's about 3 years now, and I actually just own the one color. I have never bothered buying new ones. I actually would like to own the whole set, but it's kind of prioritizing all the products that you want, and you want a little bit of everything. So the bin that I have has got a little bit of everything, just some samples of all the different inks in one bin. I don't feel like I want necessarily to invest loads of money into owning the rainbow in every different product. I know that retailers would just hate this video probably because I'm saying that, but I just like testing things out and then decide for myself if I really want that product long term, if I'm going to use it a lot. So if I only use my Artistry ink pad once in 3 years, then I'm not going to invest in all of the colors. I use that one and that's fine until it's done. I own a pigment gold pigment ink pad that's probably 20-25 years old, and I've never replaced it, and it's still good and I still use it, so why should I buy a new one? I can really recommend pigment ink. I actually blended both here, so a red color box cat's eye, I used that, and just to get 2 tones there of the red, because I wanted to lift the red up, I used my glitter pen just to stitch around the edge. I added a washi at the back for my little pocket card that I'm going to add here. So what I like about this process is that it is it's a designer's dream, because it gives you total freedom but on a small scale. I selected a couple of flowers that I 3D'd by adding them on top of each other in different layers and sizes from our Love collection. I love these hand painted flowers. We'll be doing more of those hopefully. And just selected some elements, cut some of my little dolls out, my vintage little girls that I collect, and I selected the word rad because the prompt for this week is totally rad. I don't know if I'm adding the totally. I actually did cut them out, but I feel they're a little bit too big for this card. I'll keep them for later, maybe for a project life layout or something. And a little bit of elements from a printed kit that Sarita brought out in the Love collection's design and artwork. with little extra elements that is typically Ivytree Studio. I just love this accent piece. It's just the top of an umbrella, and I felt like the umbrella in red stripes with the dotted dress and the red hat just excites me. That's totally rad. So I selected that. I actually had to look up what rad means. I forgot. It means radical. So I want this card to be radical. I don't really know if I'm going to be able to achieve that, but let's see. Okay. And at this point I just have to layer my elements. I've got a basic idea. It doesn't necessarily mean that all the things that I selected will go on here. I just felt like this flare button pops on here. It's got the hearts, it's got a little bit of blue that doesn't reflect anywhere in my project, but that's okay. It's got the gold color that comes out in all the yellows, and it's got the green that's definitely there, and I just love that. And I love the high, so I don't know if I'm going to use one or both, but I selected those. Right, so next I wanted to add my umbrella to the left, my little focus lady here, but then it's red on red, so I've thought to add perhaps the yellow flower there, or the orange. It's a golden color, so I like that. Right, and I wanted the other girls to be on this end because there's lots of pink here, and I like this girl. I want that girl to be in the background, and this girl here. Perhaps I'll lift her a little bit. What do you think? What do you think? Should I lift her up? I think I should. Just give her a little bit of a lift. I always have little pieces of foam, fun foam left from my project, so I keep them. And I think that would be it. Perhaps a little bit slimmer, and just add her there. Adding that little element just gives it that 3D feel and adds dimension to that project. Dimension seems to be the go word in the creative community, so let's go with dimension. Right. Perhaps something like that. But I want the flags, so it's kind of faffing and faffing until you're happy with what you have. Something like that. Right. So at this point I'm just going to speed up the video, and I hope that you enjoy the process of me putting this together.